Good morning, guys. Today is February 3rd. Just kind of starting a little late here, just setting up certain things. So the markets are going to open in about a minute. I'll quickly go over my plan here. BNTC, I'm watching. It's my number one watch right now. I feel like it had a news yesterday, major move, kind of dipped down, so which is nice. But I think it has potential to run today again, based on the news. They had positive news, so I'm watching it. I'm looking to dip buy. There's not much volume in pre-market, which is nice, but I'm looking to see what happens here. And then I am watching APRI, which I'll show you guys in a second here. So I'm watching APRI as well, which is kind of like a chart pattern. I have an alert set, so I won't be watching it until the alert hits 279, and then I'm waiting for the break of 285. It does have a 200 moving average right at 309, so I might I'm just gonna see how the volume looks once it does hit it. I'm also watching RGSC. I have my alert there. It was a previous runner, and the markets are going to open, guys, here, so I'm just going to go back to BNTC. Naked is, I feel like, is way overextended right now, so I'm not watching that. But other than that, okay, so BNTC opened above the pre-market high at 320, so I'll look to see if I can get some sort of a red to green move on it. So I'll just set my thing at 321. Naked is running right now. NAKD. Naked is running, but guys, it is approaching $4 break. It just broke $4. Palm, I think, is going down a little. The only thing with Naked is, guys, I just think it's a little overextended at this point, so I am not really. Yeah, Palm is going down a little bit. It might bounce here, I'm not sure, but I'm not really watching it just because it's so overextended at this point. I'm still watching APRI and RGSC. I have the alert on that, so I'm waiting to see if the alert would work. So Naked is at 4. CERU is another thing that's running right now. Markets are in a better shape today, so yeah, Naked's already $1 from its open. Heavy volumes coming in there. We might be able to trade it if I'm watching it on the other screen. I'll see if it's doing a good pull up or a pullback. Then I'll pull it up here, and then we can go from there. BNTC is not doing much right now, but I'm gonna continue watching it because I really feel like it has the potential today to run. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep an eye on it for now. I did just make a lower low. We might not be able to see the run on it, but again, remember with BNTC there is some support in the 290s. So I mean, if it dips down there and it starts bouncing, I'll look to get in there. Naked, it's still running. So for Naked, getting in on the pre-market break was 370 was a good run. Okay, BNTC is dropping. If it breaks below 292, I might watch something else. APRI is moving a little bit. RGSC is not doing much right now. Naked, again, is making new highs. If the stock is strong, we'll look for a pullback on it. Preferably a good 5-minute setup would be ideal. Okay, so BNTC kind of got to the 290s, and let's just see if it holds that 293 level from yesterday as well. That's where it did the bounce, so I'm just waiting to see if it holds that, and I'll look to get in on that. No, I'm gonna go a bit aggressive on it. I'm gonna go 250. Um, so okay, I got in, bought 250 at 3. Now I'm setting my stop, guys, just below that 294 level. So I'm going to set my stop at 293. So now what I'm waiting for BNTC is to make a move back towards the 320. Kind of like a green to red move here. So if we get a move back up to 320 and it breaks that, guys, we might get a nice run on it, and that's what my ideal game plan on it is right now. So let's see what happens here. We want to see some more volume come in. I feel like there's not much volume, but the thing with this is yesterday it had a volume of 10 million, and it made a massive run. So today, if it can take out the pre-market, or not pre-market, sorry, the open here at 320 and does a red to green move, we might definitely see a big push. So my goal here is to 345. If it can get up there, that would be very ideal for me to take profits on. But let's see what can happen here. Let's see if we can get to 320 here. And again, if it doesn't do it soon, if it just hangs around here, it might not be something that I'm interested in. Naked did pull back, had a major pullback from 475 all the way down to 4. So if I feel like if the momentum shifts from, let's say, Naked to BNTC, we might see a big run up here. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, just made a newer high here, 309, from that pullback. So now, good thing we waited, guys. We waited for it to pull down. Waited for a pullback before we jumped in here. So I'm just gonna keep it on here, and I'll be back. So guys, BNTC is dropping a bit. Again, I have my setup at 293. I don't know what's going on with it, just because the bid has basically. So I just got stopped out on BNTC. I honestly don't know what's going on, because as you guys can see, the bid here is stacked at 298, 296, but it just stopped me out at 293. So again, we'll just watch it. I'm gonna pull up Naked just because it pulled back a little towards that 9 EMA. So now with Naked, what I'm waiting to see is a new high at 420. So let me just see. So $23 loss on BNTC. Don't know what happened there. It was acting weird, but glad I had my stop, so I got stopped out. Now we'll see what happens with Naked here. Again, guys, Naked is overextended a little bit, so we don't want to just jump in here. I wouldn't even mind waiting for maybe a 5-minute setup on NAKD. APRI's not doing much. RGSC is not doing much. I'm sure there's so DFFN is running, but I just stayed away from DFFN because I felt like there was some chat room pumping it, so I just kind of stayed away from it. Wasn't interested in it. So BNTC is at 285 now. It definitely had potential, guys, but just it just didn't pan out. I think it was a great play. It just didn't pan out. Now with NAKD, it's retracing a lot of its gain back, so I feel like the sellers are definitely in control here. but we will watch it for a 5-minute setup here, and let's see what happens with it. So I'm just gonna step out here. I'll just be kind of watching it. Now on 1 minute, it could make a new high here, 397. So let's see, 200, 390, 401, 398, 399. I mean, it could make a new high, but I don't know if the pullback, if I like the pullback. I mean, came from 475 all the way down to 380 now. So I don't know if I like this pullback here. I might wait to see how the 5-minute looks. But yeah, I'm not liking this pullback. If it makes that new high on 1 minute, it just continues to making low right now. If it makes a new high on 1 minute, we might get some volume back with shorts covering. So that's what I'm looking to jump in for. So let's see what happens here. If it gets over this candle, which is 395, we might get some shorts starts to cover. People who shorted up in 475 start to take profit. This might get a pushback towards the 420. So we're coming up here. So let's see what happens. Okay, we want to see some volume. Want to see a push past 395. So basically what we want to see is we want to see 395. So right here. Okay, I tried getting in 200, didn't get executed. Okay, I canceled my order here. I tried getting in at 399, didn't get the execution I wanted. So canceled my order there, just because I mean I still feel like I'll wait to see what the 5-minute looks like. I mean, there is some support in the 380s now, but a new 5-minute candle to make a new high, I feel like that would be a good entry to jump in, rather than chasing this up in the 410s, 430. So I tried getting in at 390, 99, didn't get the entry I wanted. It moved past it. I thought I would get executed actually, but it didn't happen, which is okay because I still feel like it did a little bounce and it might get shorted into. So people might be looking to actually for this bounce and then just short right into it. But if it doesn't break down, if it doesn't go below 380 and we get a new high on the 5-minute there above 4, let's see, this candle is getting pushed down on the 5-minute. If you get a high above 415, I'll look to jump in on that. If the next so let's just see here the trend line that's forming up. So right over there, it's a little flag, but I think it's getting pushed down a lot. It might break 380 here if it holds. I don't know if it will. Nope, it broke through it. So it may just made a newer low. Wait, what was the low of this? 378. Actually, no, it didn't. 378 is the low. So let's just see what happens here. If it goes below 378, we might 380 seems to have some support. Oh, 377. So just made a lower low, or did it? 377. Yeah, it did just make a lower low there. But again, I still feel like 380 is bringing in some support. So, but we don't want to jump in here, guys, without any proper setup. I feel like it could just turn around and basically drop, down to 360s. So we definitely now as you guys can see, there's some buyers coming in. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set my order at just above this 415. So I'm just gonna set my order at 416 here for 200. We'll see what happens with that. 200. Okay, guys, so on NAKD, we're waiting for 5 minute setup here. I think this pullback is nice. It pulled back to the moving averages, and it's holding that 380 support, 380, 370, 378, 77, just around there. It's holding that support. So all we're looking for now is we're looking to see if it'll make a new high, if it'll go above 415. If it does go above 415, guys, that's a perfect setup to move in for the test of high of day. Because people who are shorted, guys, they know that this is basically the second day on the run up, and it's scary because it's a short float and it can definitely squeeze. So what we can do here is we can look to see if the stock is gonna make a high or not. And I mean, if this candle doesn't make it, I would like to see this candle make it, because then it'll show, like, really it'll show some good strength that, hey, you know what, this candle can get up there and it's bringing in some new buyers. But this candle high is 394, so even if the next candle makes a new high, we can get in there with the below 385. So I wouldn't mind the next candle either, because it'll give me a better risk reward. Because then if I can get in at 395 and put my stop at 384, the below low is 381 now. It just turned over. So as you guys can see, now you know why I waited to jump in. I didn't just jump in the 380s, although it would have been better than jumping in 415, 416, because that's extra 30-40 cents or 30 cents. But as you guys can see, it just went down to 360. Like I said earlier, that if it turns around or if it breaks the support, it'll go down to 360s. So based on that reason, I didn't jump in, because the stock has retraced all its gains, so it's definitely a bit weaker. Now the thing is, guys, when that happens, a lot of the people are looking to jump into other trades. So I'm sure there's something else moving that traders will start to look into. We don't know what that is though, so I'm just gonna do some research and I'll be right back. Alright, guys, I'm watching Siru here. I think it just made a new high. So I'm watching this. I want to see if it can take out 135 here. Okay, I tried getting in 135 there. I might get executed. I'm going to leave it there just to see. But I'm not going to chase it up. Okay, I got executed 135. My stop is going to be just below this 129, so I'm going to put it at F9. I'm going to put it at 128. So just below this candle here. If it doesn't run right away, I'll look to bail out. But we'll see what happens here. So I'll definitely look to bail out if it doesn't run right away. We want to see 136, 137. So I got in for the first candle to make a new high on the 5-minute. But what I want to see now is I want to see there's some definitely people coming in at 136, 137. So we might get, I want to see it test back to the 149. A break of 150 would be awesome to see. But what I'm looking for here is the test of high of day there. 139 is where it's at right now. We might be able to get back up there, but if it doesn't, if I don't start seeing some good volume come in, my execution was 135, so my stop is 128, so it's about 7 cents. But we would love to see it get over 140. That would be ideally okay. 140, there you go. 141, a big seller at 141. It might get taken out here. If there's, yeah, it's a big seller at 141 and 142. You know what, guys? I don't like that. Okay, let's see, 141. Let's see if it can take this out. There, 142, 141, 142. It might get taken out here. If you get taken out, okay, there you go. 144. Okay, we are going towards the high of day. I'm just gonna put my stop back at 128. So we just took out some big sellers, some volume came in. I mean, these candles were 400K each. So let's see if we can get over 145 here. I mean, I'm watching it on the 5-minute here, so what I want to see is I want this candle to close over 140. What that would do is it would show me that, you know what, if it can close over 140, we definitely have some strength in the stock. Okay, 141. Okay, there you go, closed at 140, which is nice. Now let's see if this candle can make a newer high. It would be so awesome to see this candle, this 5-minute candle, go above 144. If it can get above 144, we might be onto something here. 142, 143. Let's go, 144. Nice. Let's take out that 145 big seller there. If we take him out, I feel like we can definitely test the high of day. What I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm just gonna sell 200 at oh, there you go, we are running right now. I'm just gonna go back. I'm gonna try to get out my full position here as soon as we break 150. Okay, so we are going to test the high of day. No, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lock in some profits here, guys. I'm gonna try to hit the ask here at 146. Okay, I just sold 200, so I got 300 left. Just the reason I sold 200, guys, just because if it double tops, I want to have a smaller position. So let's see. I would love to see it take out 150, guys. If it takes out 150, there is 200 moving average at 158. That's another thing. If that wasn't there, it would be so awesome to see it take out 150, and then there's a big gap to cover. So that's what we're looking to see right now. If it takes out okay, 147, let's take it out. Let's take it out here. We need to get past that 148, 149 mark, and if we do, guys, we might be able to get past that 150, because there's definitely big sellers at 148, 149, 150 has a huge seller. But if you take out 123 shares, guys, there's go 148 looks like it's gonna get taken out. 149. See, 150, there you go. Let's take it out. Let's kick it. Yeah, there we go. I'm looking to sell another 100 here at 154. Let's see if it'll work. There you go. I just sold another 100. Now I have 200 left. Open position, I have 200 left. So let's see what happens with the 200. Now with 200, guys, what I'm going to do, since I got in at 135, what I'm going to do with 200, guys, is I'm just going to put my stop at 140, or you know what, 144, because I want it to stay above 150 here. So I definitely want it to stay above. Let's see if we can tap that 150. Let's see if we can tap that 159 there. Let's see if we can take out 154. This definitely has momentum. 135 is taking out some big people on the ask, guys. So let's see if we can take out that if we can get above that moving average here. So what I want to see now, see, it just tapped it. What I want to see is I want to see 160. Let's get to 160 here, guys. 159, 160. There you go. So what I'm doing now is I'm just canceling my order of sell, and I am looking to get in on 160 here. Take me out at 160. There you go, guys. I'm out at 160, 162. This might runs a bit more, but I'm just locking in profits as I go. And let's see what I made on it. So 91.60, guys, close to 100. I mean, if I held my whole position, you know, I would have been selling in the 160s here from 135. That would have been a nice gain, but I think this was a great trade because I took profits as I went along. You know, and that's all you can ask for, right? I mean, this was a great trade. I waited for a perfect setup, got in, and I sold, and I waited for that 5-minute setup. I mean, still running. It still has strength. 168 now, 166. So we'll just kind of watch it here, see what happens. I mean, the reason I sold all the way in the 160s, guys, because it did get overextended a little. Because look where the VWAP is at 137, and people are buying in the 160s. So it definitely needs some retracement here. So we'll see what happens. Here you go, this candle's coming down. So I don't mind selling it that high up. I'll be right back here. I'm just gonna go over the trade and make sure my executions and check all that out. I'll be right back. Alright, guys, so I'm just watching CRU. CRU. I kind of missed this. I was kind of watching it, but I just didn't catch it until now as it started running. As you guys can see, this is a nice cup and handle setup here. This is the cup and then the handle. So we might get if we get a break of high of day, it might have some more momentum. But I am not. If I saw this earlier, I was looking at other thing too. NAKD is not doing, just kind of going sideways. RGSC or APRI, they didn't do much today. I still have my alerts on them. They didn't hit any of those. BNTC, I gotta show you guys this. BNTC, if you guys remember, this morning I bought it right here, just at 3. It got up to 308, and then just couldn't go past that. And then for some reason, although there was some bid stack on 298, you know, some huge buyers sitting there, it just kind of stopped me out. And then you see this one big candle here, about 113,000 shares, goes from 295 all the way to 322, and then runs up to 340. So, I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. I think the small loss I had, as you guys can see here, $23 loss. I think you can't avoid that, right? Because I went in with a specific plan. I mean, I was expecting this kind of move earlier in the day, like right here when I got it, but it just wasn't ready for it. And as it, you know, pushed some people out, there's some more buyers came in, I guess, or shorts started covering as it just wasn't really going, you know, breaking down or whatever, and it pushed up. But as you guys can see now, it's just kind of coming back. So Palm, I think, is in red as well. Yeah, Palms have just been downtrended, so I'm glad that that's one thing I stayed away from. Wasn't interested. I just knew it was kind of overextended. NAKD, I'll show you guys the chart here. You know, had this major move in the morning, and then it just kind of downtrended. It hasn't been able to really test back up. I mean, as you guys can see here, had this support here at 360. It did touch that and then bounce back. So we'll see what happens here. It does still, I feel like, has potential in my I guess I still think it has potential. For example, if it does an ABCD here, if, you know, this is the A, the B, and then if it makes a higher low here at C with like good support, and then it starts curling up, we might see a nice move back up to even, you know, the high of day, or, you know, up to the 450, 460 level. So again, I'm not gonna try that right now, just because I feel like you know, it's an if thing. The stock, you know, yesterday was trading at 126, and today it's at 3, went all the way up to 475. So it's a major move. It does need some, short sellers. That's where they come in, on major moves like these, and then they most likely, just push the stock down. So let's go back to Ciru here. Now this cup and handle, it usually the handle goes higher. It really spikes up, so it just kind of went up a little bit, and then now it's kind of retracing back to that 9 EMA though, which is nice to see. It is, retracing back to that 9 EMA. On the 5-minute, as you guys can see, it has this little trend line forming right here, just as it goes up right there. So we'll see what happens here. Personally, I think I'm done for the day. I don't want to push my luck here and just pretend that I know what's going on, and I'm gonna there you go, just broke that trend line right there. So this cup and handle, maybe it's a good thing I didn't jump in, right? I mean, it was only a 10-cent move or so, and then it just kind of just came back down. Usually with a nice cup and handle, what happens is it'll go, usually the cup part, it doesn't go this high. I mean, sometimes it'll basically go, let's say, for up to here, it'll come up to here, then retrace back, and then boom, break the high of day, right? But didn't do that this time. I'm glad I kept selling. I basically, my last sale was at 160, the high was just 168, so took pretty much meat of the move there. I mean, I could have held, if I had bigger size, I could have sold half and then just held the rest, but I was only trading 500 shares, so I just kept taking my profits along the way. And honestly, guys, that is the best strategy, because even if you have a smaller position and you sell half or you sell a quarter, here I sold 200 at 146, and that's 10 cents from my buy, right? Just about 10 cents. So that's $20 that I lock in, and you know what? That pays for my fees for the trade. And let's say if it does drop below, 5, 6 cents or 7 cents, I don't walk away with like a big loss. I walk away with a small loss. So took my some profits there, and then as it moves above the 150 level, I took profit at 154. And the reason I did that is because on the daily, there's a moving average, 200 moving average, which is usually a strong resistance point, just around 158, 159 level. So as it broke 150, I locked another 100, got a top tick on that. I believe the top was a 154. Yeah, so I got out at 154 there, which was nice, right? That's another, so from 135 to let's say 155, that's another 20 cents. So that's another $20. So I just locked in $40 on this trade. Again, with small position, guys. I mean, if I had 2,000 shares and I'm selling 500 at 20, that's $100, right? And I'm selling another, let's say 400 or 500 at 20. That's, again, it's $100 that I'm locking in, right? So it's just all the position size, right? Once you learn how to position in and out, that's what I'm still learning. I feel like it'll just be a lot better thing. So taking profits as you go along is the best strategy. You never want to leave profits on table, but at the same time, you never want to just try to take the whole move. You don't want to be greedy in trading, guys. It's not a good thing. So again, I locked in another 20 cents here on 100 shares. Now I'm 300 out. I've reduced my risk. I've locked in $40. Now I only have 200 shares in the market. And as the stock is moving up, it breaks past this 200 moving average, and I'm like, okay, that's it. Although it showed strength, and that's the time you want to hold, but I only have 200 shares left, and I'm looking to lock my profits in and just move out. And I'm glad I did, because it just went up to 168, and then it just quickly turned around, tried to test back up, couldn't, and now it's in the 150s again. So I think I'm done trading for the day today, guys. I don't see anything else that I would, feel comfortable taking. And I'm very happy, because past couple days, as you guys been seeing my videos, past couple days has been a little choppy for me. Yesterday was a little choppy day. I just didn't wait for the right setups. Although there was a lot of money to be made yesterday, it could have made points on 200, 300 shares. I just didn't wait for the right setups, and so I went in and out for like small losses and a small gain, and it just it just wasn't a great day. But today I came up with a specific mindset that, hey, I will only jump in if I see a right setup. And guys, on a 5-minute pullback, as you guys see this trend line here, sorry, I'll just remove that. I'll show you guys the trend line. It goes up, and then on the 5-minute makes this nice little flag, pulls back towards that VWAP, towards the 20 moving average, or 20 EMA, and makes the first candle to make a new high. I'm in, and boom, right? Take advantage of that spike there. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I know it's a little long video, but I think it was a great video. There's a lot to I'm definitely going to be rewatching it, definitely going to be seeing what I did, where I was getting out. Sometimes the best way to learn is from your own strategy, from your own videos, and that's why I do this. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys all on Monday. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Gladiator Trader, because we're going to war, baby. We're going to war. Peace.